Hello everyone, my name is Rutraj from Anasur Dangi College of Engineering and Technology Asta, Department of Aeronautical Engineering. In this video, we will discuss on causes for the perturbation of satellite orbit and the interplanetary missions and types of missions and its assumption under the guidance of Professor Sabrisharan. Now we will see the perturbation of satellite orbit. During the orbital journey of satellite, there are various forces active on satellite moving around the planet. These forces are relatively small as compared to the main gravitational force, and the orbits of planet and satellite can be approximately vary well by the conic section. The actual trajectory of these bodies are therefore called perturbed Keplerian orbits. Perturbation is a deviation of system, moving object, or process from its regular or normal set of path. It is caused by an outside influence. Perturbation can occur in three types. The first is third body. Size, shape, and orbital plan changes in the of the orbit. Non-spherical masses. Precision changes in orientation of the orbit. Non-gravitational forces, like in the long-term effect like solar radiation. And this is the motion of equation for the perturbation of satellite, which is d square r by dt square plus mu by r cube into r is equal to minus dou r plus a. Now coming on to the causes for the perturbation of satellite orbits. The first one is asphericity of the Earth. Second is aerodynamic effect on the satellite. Third is lunar and solar attraction. Fourth is solar radiation, and the last one is electromagnetic effect. In the asphericity of the Earth, as we know, Earth is not a perfect sphere; it's a geoid. Gravitational distribution on the Earth is not spherical symmetric. Normal radius vector of satellite will vary. If asphericity decreases, distance from the Earth increases, which is asphericity is inversely proportional to distance from the Earth, and it also affects on the low Earth orbit. Second is aerodynamic effect. This effect decreases with a decrease in altitude. Drag will act on the surface due to the presence of air. Lift force will also act on the satellite. Satellites burns during re-entry to avoid the mishap on the ground. Third is lunar and solar attraction. At high altitude, gravity force from Earth and Moon is considerable. Increased altitude leads to an increase in major source of the perturbation. This effect leads to satellite escape from the Earth orbit. Fourth is solar radiation. A satellite about Earth is also subjected to direct solar radiation. Due to flow of photons on directly exposed satellite, create momentum on satellite, which leads perturbation. Solar radiation pressure, satellite surface is exposed to the solar radiation. Flow of photons hit the satellite surface and its reflected leads to the momentum. The effect of this moment is radiation pressure. And the last one is electromagnetic effect, in which ionized particles in ionosphere create electromagnetic force. Even the Earth is subjected to electromagnetic effect. This force causes perturbation in Keplerian orbit. This effect is small and hence it can be neglected. Now coming on to the interplanetary missions and its types. These missions explore the planets, comets, and other objects of our solar system, as well as the characteristics of the interplanetary medium that lies between them. The first is flyby mission, second is orbital mission, and the last one is landing mission. In flyby mission, these are the generally used for the weather monitoring. For decades now, scientists have been sending up all sorts of spacecraft to gather the information about our solar system, like private eyes try gather information about the people on the earth. But disadvantage is that once the spacecraft flies past, it can't return for the further investigation. Second is orbital mission. Unlike a flyby spacecraft, an orbital spacecraft is a type of spacecraft that enters and stays in orbit around the planet. The advantage of orbital is that you can collect a lot of more data and get more detailed information about the object you are investigating, or basically we can say the planet. And third type is landing mission, electrically powered spacecraft that can land on another planet's surface. They can roam around and collect samples of dust, soil, and any other information they can gather. The advantage that they can do very incredible and incredible work included in chemical experiment also. Now we will see what are the main assumptions. The fundamental assumption behind the Hohmann transfer is that there is only one body which exerts a gravitational force on the body of interest, such as a satellite. This is a good model for the transferring Earth-based satellite from low Earth orbit to say a geosynchronous orbit. The first assumption is there are only two bodies, the spacecraft and the Earth. And second assumption is that Earth's gravitational pull is the only force acting on the spacecraft. And the last one is we define a convenient coordinate system called the geocentric equatorial frame that we could use for the orbits around the Earth. Thank you.